Ladies and gentlemen, the challenge video you've been waiting for. Man vs. machine, no guns, melee only. Can I do it? I'm not sure. This video was painful to make. I take on each arc one by one, starting from the smallest to the biggest. The rules: raider tool only, a couple of showstoppers for the bigger targets, and the snap hook grappling hook. Wish me luck, and let's begin. Number 1, the humble tick. They look harmless individually, but when you come across 15 of them in the Seed Vault and Stellamontis, it's a different story. Still, taken out like a true professional. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Next up, we have the pop, and I'm sure many of you have died to this one. Swinging a raider tool at it seems like a bad idea, but funny enough, if you're the one that makes it explode, it doesn't hurt you. Job done. Now we have the Wasp, the first flying arc. I've died to these many a time, but a couple of swings here and there, a little bit of slow motion, and pow! Taken out like a true champ. Let's move on. The Snitch. These had eluded me far longer than I care to admit, so when I caught this one lacking, I had to throw a showstopper. I'd made the mistake before by creeping up, but the moment they spot you, they're off. And here we go, a very satisfying final swing. Call your buddies on me now, douchebag. With the Wasp down, it's time for its nastier, angrier cousin, the Hornet. A couple of fresh air swings here and there, but somehow I managed to get on top of it. Take this, and take some of this! Oh, it was so satisfying. No more shocks for you. Get out of my lobby. Moving on, we have the turret. I closed the door behind me because I don't need anybody else to see what I'm about to do to it. Time to sneak up close. Creep under the beam, jump up, and lay down the hammer. Take this and this. Fatality. The Sentinel, the bigger, angrier brother to the turret. Time to stalk my prey like I'm Batman in Gotham and start throwing hands. This was a tougher fight than I thought. It put up a bit of resistance. I had to do a little dancing. I even took a hit and had to take some cover. But after a couple of bandages, it was time for round 2. Hit him with the left, hit him with the right, a little dodge and weave here and there. And before you know it, bam! 3 Sentinel calls for everybody. This one's going to be a problem. The Fireball. I've died to these too many times, and this felt like an impossible task. But take a little bit of cover, keep swinging, and somehow this last swing hit him a second later, and I think I would have died. Get out of here. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This one was painful. This was the first one that I thought, what am I doing with my life? 10 minutes. I'm not joking. 10 minutes it took me running around after this ball. Over and over. Constantly thinking, is somebody going to jump me? Am I going to even be able to do it? It just runs away. Incredibly frustrating. But I just kept swinging and swinging. Chasing and chasing until eventually I got it on the ropes. No more running. Now or never. Mono on mono. Who's gonna be the better man? Me. And with that, the Surveyor down. The infamous Shredder. This one was going to be painful. Patience is the key. A poetic dance. In and out. The real enemy here, stamina. Managing that, dodging his attacks, and trying to get some damage was tricky. But after a grueling battle, I was victorious. Shredder down. Now we start to get to the big guns, the Leaper. But for this, I had a plan. This hole right here was going to be my battleground, my killing ground, so to speak. Lure my enemy, and then go ham. But this was not a straightforward fight, even down here. This pulse, he admits, those flailing legs, I was in trouble. I had a lot of bandages, a lot of shield recharges, but this was going to be a grueling battle to the death. However, just as I started to lay down the groundwork, a random raider turned up, here to steal my kill. We're going to call him Fernando. I could not have this. I had to plead and beg. No, Fernando, you will not take this kill. He kindly obliged and stood at the sideline watching and cheering me on. After what felt like an eternity, I had severed a couple of his legs. Still incredibly dangerous. And the range of that pulse is incredible, but I did not give up. With Fernando behind me, I felt invincible. So after what felt like an eternity, I gave it the final killing blow. It felt amazing, and having done it with an audience, I felt privileged. I thanked Fernando and kindly explained to him what I was doing. I even gave him all the loot as a reward for not killing me or stealing the kill. Today was a good day. Thank you, Fernando. You will be forever remembered. The Rocketeer. Now, I have to admit, I underestimated this massively initially. This thing is deadly. It's fast. It hits like a truck, and every time I got on top, it would just flick me off. I didn't expect it to behave in this way. I tried, and I tried, but I kept dying. I went back to the drawing board. I restocked. I came up with a slightly different strategy, but again, I died. It was at this point I thought, I really need to bring out the big guns here. Not only was I getting defeated by this thing over and over, but here it was, teabagging me, gloating over its kill. What was it doing? Mocking me. Enough was enough. Back to the drawing board. It was time to gear up. Back at base, I stocked up on bandages, shield recharges, a bigger shield, a grappling hook. I was poised and ready. I was then subsequently ambushed and lost everything in one go. To say this was painful was an understatement. Not only had I lost so much from the Rocketeer over and over, but now this chump was taking the last of what I had. It's times like this where it separates the men from the boys. Was it time to quit or time to double down and get this done? And with that, I mustered together the last of my meager supplies and hunted out for one final time. After stalking my prey for what felt like forever, I used my grappling hook and somehow fumbled the landing. With no time to react, it was now or never. I hit him with the grappling hook. He hit me back. It was time to show him these hands. Everything had built up until this point. It's now or never. Do or die. Let's go! Did I die? Yes. Was it worth it? Yes. Did I sit here and bask in my glory for far too long? Also, yes. Today was a very good day. I couldn't believe I had done it. On to the next. Next up, we have the Bastion. Now, again, I underestimated this one. I assumed that by just jumping on its back, there was very little it could do. It doesn't have the shock like the Leaper or the Bombardier, and I could just stand here, go toe to toe. But I was wrong. It too seemed to have a flick like the Rocketeer, and the moment I was knocked off, it was good fight, good night. It was clear that I was going to have to be very careful with this one as well. However, after a couple of more failed attempts, I wasn't quite sure how to deal with this one. Showstoppers didn't seem to stop him for very long, and no matter what I did, he would throw me off onto the floor and then take me out. While I was licking my wounds and scavenging for materials to try and fight him again, I stumbled upon the jackpot. A squad already fighting one and got him on his last legs. Without hesitation, I got into the fray. I started swinging like crazy. This was my opportunity. It's now or never. I took the leg out, hit him from behind, hoping and praying that the enemy team doesn't hit me. And then that was it. The final strike. I did it. Glancing up on the left-hand side to see if I come up with the one who had destroyed the Ark, I had indeed destroyed the Bastion. Bastion done. Now something that can't fight back for a change, but still equally deadly, the Spotter. But once captured in here, I make light work of it. Spotter done. Now moving on to the final large Ark, apart from the Queen and Matriarch, the Bombardier. Now again, I assumed I could get up close and go toe to toe with this. I didn't realize it had a pulse like the Leaper, plus the range. You can be so far away and it takes you out. This thing is a killing machine. Whether you're up close with the pulse or at range with the mortar, it is incredibly difficult to get close to. I tried jumping on its back. I tried throwing showstoppers. I tried getting underneath it. I tried coming in and out of cover. No matter what I did, ultimately it would kill me. Or something in the proximity would get me. Those spotters are terrible. And even when I was sure that I had one, using Hornet grenades to try and stun it, an enemy took me out. You couldn't make it up. Just as I was about to do it, gun down. But as all hope was lost, I stumbled across another one. Weak, on its last legs, prime picking, I stunned it. I came up from behind while other raiders were distracting it. It was time. Now or never, do or die, lefts and rights. No time to let up. And just like that, victory is mine. It popped up on the left, destroyed Ark. Now there's loads of enemies around, raiders, Ark. I feel very nervous, but the victory is mine. Time to escape. Now, after all that Ark defeated, it was time to bask in my glory. Now, trying to take the Queen and the Matriarch with melee, I think we all agree, is a futile endeavor. Trying to do that is impossible. I've seen people take a whole cracker with 100 rounds and barely manage to kill her in time. However, as I stroll along playing this guitar with fellow raiders supporting me and cheering for the valiant effort I have made, I do not feel satisfied. I will not be content without the Queen and the Matriarch dead as well. Let's begin. First up, we have the Queen, a formidable foe, but she's on her last legs. These raiders have given her a hard time and I'm here to finish the job, but she swats me around with those legs like I'm nothing. I'm trying to get her with the grappling hook as hard as I can. I actually managed to get it, and now it's time to throw those lefts and rights. Welcome to Law and Order. It's now or never. Me versus Queen. I'm not giving up anytime soon. Left, right, up, down, uppercuts. She doesn't know what's going on. Until somehow she manages to knock me off and I start to panic. I need to get back up there fast. One swipe of those legs, I'm in trouble. I manage to clip on. Up I go. Time to swing that hammer. But no, she knocks me off again. No time. One final swipe. Pow! The Queen is down. Long live Gilboa the King. Time to get some of that loot. If people don't steal it all first, they're like vultures. The Queen, done. Everything has been leading to this. The Matriarch, the ultimate enemy. I'm not quite sure how to tackle this one other than just going balls to the wall. I'm going to run at her like a madman and just start swinging. I've taken out every Ark so far. She is going to be well aware of who I am. Gilboa, the Ark Destroyer. And as her eyes gaze upon me, it's all too much. And she crumbles like a deck of cards. Did I land a hit? No, but I didn't need to. As soon as she saw me, she knew that it was over. She had heard the stories. And with that, the tale of Gilboa the Ark Destroyer was made. Vanquisher of all metal things. This video was good fun to make. It took about 3 weeks, believe it or not, but it was good fun to make. The challenge was fun. I didn't think I would do it at times. I'm glad I somehow scraped by and did it. If you enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe. You have no idea how much it means. Guys, look after yourself, enjoy the game, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.